Have you ever felt it? That quiet, persistent feeling that your real life hasn't started yet. It's there on a Sunday evening when you think, okay, this week it begins. It's there when you're scrolling through your phone, looking at images of other people's lives. And a little voice inside says, soon, that will be me, soon. It's the feeling of living in a perpetual waiting room. You're waiting for the next promotion, the right relationship, the new city, the day the debt is gone, or just for that magical moment when all the pieces of your life finally click into place. And the one thing that keeps you going in that waiting room, the one thing everyone tells you to hold on to, is hope. Hope for a better future. We are taught that hope is a light in the dark, a life raft in a stormy sea. It's the engine of progress, the virtue of the resilient. Without it, we're told, we would simply give up. We would sink into despair. And so we cling to it, we nurture it. We build our entire lives around the promise of a better tomorrow. We endure difficult jobs by hoping for a better one. We stay in painful situations by hoping they will change. We look at the struggles of today and we tell ourselves they're just temporary, just a stepping stone to the happiness that is waiting for us just around the corner. But there's a hidden architecture to this way of living, a mechanism that runs silently in the background of our minds, and we rarely stop to question it. Think about what hope actually is. It's a projection of your energy, your awareness, your consciousness into a future that does not exist. It's the act of taking your most valuable resource, your attention, in this very moment, and sending it forward in time. This creates a fundamental disconnect. You are physically here now, but your mind, your emotional centre, is living in a fantasy. The result is a subtle but constant feeling of being incomplete. This moment, this breath, this room you're in, it's never quite enough. It's always just a prelude, the opening act, not the main event. Life becomes a dress rehearsal for a play that is perpetually scheduled for next week. Look at the pattern. It's not just about big life goals. It happens in small ways every single day. You rush through your morning coffee, thinking about the meeting you have at 10. During the meeting, you're thinking about what you'll have for lunch. At lunch, you're scrolling on your phone, thinking about your evening plans. In the evening, you're too tired to be present, so you zone out in front of a screen, hoping you'll feel more rested tomorrow. Each moment is sacrificed for the next, and hope is the justification for this sacrifice. I'm just getting through this, we tell ourselves, because something better is coming. This habit is so deeply ingrained, so celebrated by our culture, that we don't even see it as a choice. It feels like the only way to operate. The way things are set up is designed to keep you looking forward. Advertising promises happiness with the next purchase. Career paths promise fulfillment with the next promotion. Even spiritual paths can become a trap of hoping for a future enlightenment. The whole structure of our society is built on this premise. Your satisfaction is in the future. Keep moving, keep striving, keep hoping. But the mechanism has a cost. The cost is your life. The only life you actually have. The one that is unfolding right here, in this breath. By constantly investing your attention in a tomorrow that may never arrive in the way you imagine, you're withdrawing it from the only place where you have any real power, any real joy, any real existence. You are essentially telling the universe This moment isn't good enough. I'll take the next one, please. And the universe, which only operates in the now, patiently waits for you to show up. Hope for a better future becomes a beautiful, logical, and socially acceptable way to reject the present. It's an addiction to potential. We become so obsessed with what could be that we miss the profound reality of what is. We see the flowers in our garden and immediately start thinking about how much better they'll look next year, instead of simply experiencing their colour and fragrance right now. We have a wonderful conversation with a friend, but part of our mind is already hoping we can do it again soon, instead of just being fully in the warmth of the current connection. This isn't a small thing. This is the very texture of our existence. And it's the difference between tasting your food and just swallowing it to get to the next thing. It's the difference between feeling the sun on your skin and just noting that it's a sunny day. Life is not a series of destinations. It's a continuous unfolding. And the habit of hope keeps you focused on a map, checking off future destinations, while you completely miss the landscape you're travelling through. It's a paradox. The thing we believe is saving us, giving us strength to carry on, might be the very thing that is preventing us from truly living. It's like trying to quench your thirst by looking at a pitcher of water. The picture might be beautiful, it might give you something to focus on, but it will never, ever satisfy you. The satisfaction is only in the drinking, in the direct experience. Hope keeps us staring at the picture, convinced that if we just stare hard enough, one day it will become real. And so we find ourselves in this strange position. We are alive, breathing, surrounded by a world of incredible detail and sensation. Yet we feel like ghosts in our own lives. We are waiting, always waiting, for our real life to begin. But what if it already has? What if this is it? What if this moment, with all its imperfections and uncertainties, is the main event? This leads to a difficult but essential question. What if the most courageous act you could ever perform is to let go of hope? Not to embrace despair. That's the other side of the same coin. Another way of not being here. No, this is something different. What if letting go of hope for a better future isn't about giving up? What if it's about finally showing up? What if the thing we believe is our prison, the imperfect, uncertain present, is actually the only door to freedom? What if the power we've been searching for on the horizon has been under our feet this entire time, just waiting for us to stop looking away? This isn't an easy thought. It goes against everything we've ever been taught. It feels like stepping off a cliff. But maybe, just maybe, we were meant to fly all along. We have been trained to see reality as a problem to be solved, a state to be improved upon. Our present condition is just a starting point for a better future. But this viewpoint is the very source of our restlessness. The architecture of reality doesn't work on a timeline of past, present, and future in the way our minds do. It is always just now. Everything that has ever happened and everything that will ever happen is contained within the potential of this single infinite moment. When you place your consciousness in a fantasy future, you are essentially misaligned with the way things actually work. You're trying to plug a device into an outlet that isn't there. The power is right here. The connection is right now. Letting go of hope isn't about accepting a miserable fate. It's about unplugging from the fantasy and plugging into reality. It's about waking up to a different kind of power, a different kind of aliveness that has been here all along, obscured by the fog of waiting. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. Of course, the mind panics at this idea. To let go of hope feels like letting go of a rope while you're dangling over a canyon. It feels like giving up. It feels like embracing despair. But despair and acceptance are not the same thing. They exist in completely different dimensions. Look closer at the way they work. Despair is just as future-focused as hope. Hope is the belief that the future will be good. Despair is the belief that the future will be bad. Both are stories. Both are projections. Both are an obsession with a time that does not exist. And both pull you out of the only place you are actually alive. Right here, right now. Radical acceptance is something else entirely. It's not about liking your circumstances. It's not about approving of them. It's simply about dropping the fight with what is. It's the profound act of withdrawing your energy from the war against this moment. Imagine you're standing in the rain. Hope is standing there, miserable and wet, thinking, I hope it stops soon. Despair is thinking, it's never going to stop. Acceptance is simply feeling the rain on your skin. It's acknowledging it is raining. That's it. The mental story is gone. All that's left is the direct sensory experience of the moment. And here's the thing that no one tells you about this shift. When you withdraw your energy from that imaginary future, it has to go somewhere. It comes rushing back into the present. And that is the moment everything changes. It's a transformation in the very mechanics of your perception. It's like you've been listening to music through a cheap, crackly radio your whole life, and suddenly someone plugs the speakers directly into the source. The fullness of reality, which was always here, becomes available to you. When you stop hoping for a difficult conversation to be over, and instead bring your full attention to the person in front of you, you start to hear what they're really saying beneath their words. You notice the flicker of fear in their eyes or the tension in their shoulders. You are no longer reacting to your story of the conversation. You are responding to the reality of the human being in front of you. That is where real connection happens. When you're stuck in a traffic jam and you let go of the hope of it clearing up soon, something remarkable occurs. You stop fighting. You feel the weight of your body in the seat. You notice the light filtering through the windshield. You hear the hum of your own car's engine. The anxiety, which is always a product of wanting to be somewhere else, dissolves. You are no longer a prisoner of the traffic jam. You are simply a person in a car in a moment. The situation hasn't changed, but your entire experience of it has. You have reclaimed your power from a circumstance you cannot control. The beauty, the meaning, and the strength you were hoping for in some distant perfect future were actually here all along, hidden in plain sight, obscured by the fog of your constant waiting. The architecture of reality has a fundamental rule. It mirrors your attention. Where you place your focus is where your life happens. If your focus is consistently on a future that is better than the present, you are instructing your entire being to devalue this moment. You are teaching yourself that here and now is not the place to be. But the universe doesn't operate in later. It only knows now, All the connections, all the insights, all the unexpected synchronicities happen in this moment. The signs you've been looking for are not on the road ahead. They are written on the leaves of the trees you pass right now. The answer to the question that keeps you up at night isn't in tomorrow's thinking. It's in the silence between your thoughts right now. When you finally show up completely, without holding a part of yourself in reserve for the future, you align with the way everything works. You stop being a spectator, waiting for the show to start, and you become a participant in the unfolding of life itself. The rescuer you were waiting for was your own undivided attention. This leads to a new kind of foundation, a new way of standing in the world. It is the courage to be here without promises. Think about it. Hope is a promise you make to yourself about a future you can't control. It feels safe, but it's incredibly fragile. It shatters the moment. Reality doesn't match your expectations. This new foundation isn't built on the shifting sands of future outcomes. It is built on the bedrock of your own presence. It's the quiet, unshakable knowing that you can meet this moment, whatever it brings. You stop needing the future to be a certain way to feel okay. Your okayness is found right here. It's like learning to surf. A hopeful person stands on the beach, hoping for the perfect, gentle wave. A hopeless person sees a big wave and refuses to even go in the water. But the person who is present, the one who has let go of both hope and despair, learns the balance and skill to ride whatever wave comes. Their stability isn't in the ocean, which is always changing. Their stability is in their relationship to the board and the water, right now. This is the deepest courage, not the bravery to hope against all odds, but the quiet courage to live without needing hope at all. It's the willingness to show up to your life as it is, not as you wish it would be. You stop looking at the horizon and you start feeling the ground beneath your feet. You discover that this ground, this present moment, was always capable of holding you. All the strength you thought you needed to borrow from a fantasy future was actually the strength required to just be here, to feel your own breath moving in and out of your body, to meet the gaze of another person, to taste your food, to feel the wholeness of this one, single, unrepeatable moment. You stop chasing life and you finally let it find you, because it was always here, waiting patiently. Right now. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, "I am here now." Write it as your promise. Nobody